welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Welcome back to another episode of Comic Corner Review. I'm your host, Lawrence, over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles. And if you're not familiar with what I do in this short, is I take one book that's been released over the past couple of weeks, we go through it together, and I tell you if it's worth buying, reading, and picking up, or staying the hell away. But before we get started in the video, like always, I want to remind you guys, if you're not a current sub of this channel, you're missing out. I do weekly content here on the channel. You will enjoy it. I promise you that. Hit that sub button. Smash the like button because it does help the channel out. If you're interested in merch, I always got you covered. The links are down below. Now, with that said, this week we're reviewing a copy of Transformers #1. Now, I know this book has been out for a couple of weeks, and issues 2 and 3 can now be had at your LCS. But it's my first chance to go ahead and talk about this book, review it. I finally read it, and I got to tell you, I was not that impressed. Now, I am an 80s kid. With that said, I was a huge Transformers fan growing up. I had all the G1 Autobots and Decepticons. I just wish I still had them in box. Regardless, did I like this book? At the end of the day, I thought it was okay. The writing brought me right back to the old cartoon from the 80s. Starscream was exactly how I remembered him from way back when. Same with Optimus Prime. In the first issue, we did not get a lot of Autobots and Decepticons. I think they're leading up and building into that story. However, it seems like every time we get a Transformers comic or movie, they always start with them crash landing here on Earth or being found on Earth, and that doesn't change in this comic book. I really wish they would do something a little bit different. However, I will say this, the art was not bad. A lot better than the Batman book that I reviewed a couple weeks back, at least more to my style. I'm giving the art a 6 overall. Still not great. Definitely felt like it could have been done a little bit better. But again, characters look like the characters themselves, and they should. They did not change anything, which I thought was pretty good. Other than that, I thought the story was okay. It definitely led you down the path where I definitely want to pick up the second issue. However, I wish they would have given you more. There is still war going on between the Decepticons and the Autobots. I don't think that's ever going to change, but I really wanted more from the first issue of this book. But I want to hear what you guys think out in the comic book community. Did you like the first issue? What about the second and third? I've yet to read those, so don't spoil it down in the comments, but let me know what you think. Overall, I thought the writing was exactly a 6 as well. Nothing spectacular, but it did get me to want to read that second episode, like I said before. So overall, I'm giving this book art a 6. Story is 6, so overall it is definitely a 6. But again, if you're a Transformers fan and an 80s kid, definitely worth a read, definitely worth a pickup, especially for the $4.99 price tag. I thought it was worth it for that $5. There's definitely a few covers that can be had right now, so I'm going to throw up a few on the screen so you guys can see which ones you like better. I personally love that Optimus Prime cover, but I decided to go with the regular A cover as you see here. Back in the day, I never really read Transformers comics, so I can't really compare them to the modern issues. But what I will say is this, I was hooked on the TV show, I was hooked on the toys, and I actually ended up loving the Transformers movie we got back in the late 80s where Optimus actually bites the bullet. So they can never beat that in my opinion. But with that said, I'm giving it a thumb sideways. If you're a Transformers fan, definitely worth a read for $5, but if you're not, you probably want to stay away from this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.